Hello everyone, so I'm Mystical Essence and I'm here to do a full moon reading for you all. I'm going to be using the Mystic Dreamers Tarot and the postcard from Spirit's Oracle, which I will leave in the description below if you're interested in knowing which decks I'm using for this. First of all, before I get into the reading, I wanted to talk about the full moon and what it is. So, the full moon is when you have the moon and the sun opposite each other. Now, when the full moon occurs in Pisces, this just simply means that the moon, the planet of the moon, is in the astrological sign of Pisces, while the sun is in the opposite astrological sign of Virgo. So these create an opposition between each other. In astrology, what we call an opposition. And an opposition is all about finding balance in your life. So it's kind of like that teeter-totter where you have one planet and sign on one side, another planet and sign on the other side, and sometimes they tip up, sometimes they tip down. It's kind of about finding that happy medium on the teeter-totter. That's the best way I can describe it. So with Virgo energy, Virgo's very practical, it's very analytical, it's very grounded and down to earth. It rules like your everyday habits, your physical health, that kind of thing. Whereas Pisces is the opposite. It rules like the collective. It rules spirituality. It rules your spiritual health, not just your physical health. Pisces is about your spiritual health, your like energetic body, your spirituality, that kind of thing. So when we have a full moon in Pisces, it's a great time to do dream work. It's a great time to do psychic work of any sort because you're digging beneath the surface. It is also a great time to do like any subconscious work because you have, the sun shining on the moon, which is bringing that energy to the surface, bringing that energy to light. It's a good time to do healing work. And also working again that focuses on finding a balance between your spirituality and your physical life, your practicality and your spirituality, your physical health, your spiritual health, or energetic health, whatever it may be, whatever you need to work on in Pisces and Virgo, kind of finding the balance between your energetic body, your physical body, that kind of thing. I like to say like your physical worlds and your spiritual worlds. Finding the balance between your physical worlds and spiritual worlds. So here I have a reading that I've done and laid out. It is 5-card spread. So we have a center card which represents like the overall theme of this full moon. Then we have top card which represents like physical influences, mental influences, emotional influences, spiritual influences, depending on where it falls. So it looks at like all different aspects and what this full moon is going to affect on the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. And then I have a postcard from Spirit 2 that I want to read for you guys. So with this full moon, what I got for the main energy of this is the 8 of Wands. So, excuse me, this is a card of manifesting. This is a card of putting your will out there and manifesting it. But the thing is, once this energy is put out there, it manifests very, very quickly. So you're going to see that whatever energy you're putting out this full moon is going to come back very quickly. You're going to see results from this very quickly. You're going to see things manifest in your life very quickly. However, what pops out to me is this girl and how she is looking away from all these wands. So beware of not seeing the things coming to you. Try not to get distracted from things and to focus really on these wands instead of looking so far away from them, because it may be, with this Pisces energy going on, it is really super easy to get distracted from things and to not really see the details of things, and the wands being the details. So just be aware of that. But overall, the energy of this full moon is very fiery. It's very, you know, things are going to come at you, and they're going to come at you pretty fast. You're going to see things start to happen pretty fast for whatever you put out there. So beware of that. You know, what you put out, you're going to see come back very, very fast. So on a physical level, we have the Fool coming up. So physically, this full moon may bring a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new beginnings. This card also for me talks about the need to go back to the beginning. So maybe this is decluttering your life, your physical world around you, getting rid of things that you no longer need. You know, cleaning out the closet, so to speak, going back to the beginning, making space so that this new energy can come in. I do feel like, you know, you may have new things coming to you, but we need to clear out the old before the new can come in. So that card is saying, you know, make sure physically this full moon is a good time to really get things in order, get rid of things physically that you don't need. You know, that kind of thing, and keep yourself open to new opportunities that are coming into you as well physically, whether that be new job, new house, new, you know, physical possessions of any sort, anything new physically that's coming in. Okay, so we have, emotionally speaking, we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. So with this card, I'm getting to beware of, you know, your emotions and how they can affect these things that are coming into you, these new opportunities that are being given to you. Because I feel like this is an Earth card, and since we have a water-earth kind of balance going on with this full moon, the fact that this is reversed tends to, and it's in the water area, tends to tell me that there's more water energy than there is earth energy, and that the earth energy is kind of being consumed by the water energy. So your emotions may be kind of overwhelming this full moon. So beware of, you know, your feelings influencing any new opportunities that are being given to you, whether that be not feeling worthy enough to have them, or, you know, whatever feelings may come up. Really ground yourself. Go out and, you know, spend some time in nature, go for nature walks, or do something physical that helps you to put your emotion, that helps to calm you, so that your emotions aren't so overwhelming this full moon, because I feel like for a lot of you it could get a bit overwhelming and a bit rough. Spiritually, we have the Hierophant. Now this is also in the fire aspect, so this is kind of what is going to be motivating you and what's going to be pushing you. So I feel like education is playing a big part in this full moon, and people are going to want to learn. They may want to go, but you may find yourself wanting to go back to school, or just reading a lot, or talking to a lot of people. You know, people are going to be very, very motivated to learn as much as possible this full moon. This could even translate into getting back in touch with your spirituality as well, motivated to connect to that spiritual side of you through, like, going to religious buildings such as churches, synagogues, you know, for pagans, casting circles, doing rituals, you know, whatever, connecting to spirituality in whatever way you do it. So yeah, that's the motivation kind of, in the spiritual aspect of it, of what this full moon could bring for people. And intellectually, on a mental level, this full moon is going to bring a lot of, you know, be aware of a lot of, it's going to bring a lot of awareness to patterns, physical patterns in your life. So I feel like on a mental level, you're going to become more aware of toxic patterns in your life, and you know how to break these, and how you're going to be letting go of a lot of toxicity in your life. Toxic patterns are going to, that were once beneath the surface, are going to come to awareness for people. And I think that people are going to be letting go of a lot of stuff. This also could be physical stuff, like I said, with the Fool, with kind of decluttering your life in a lot of ways. Whether that be like physical people in your life, whether that be physical objects or whatever, you know, decluttering as well. But I do feel like this is more of a habitual thing, and, you know, breaking those negative cycles that you have, and becoming more aware of your mindset and how your mindset influences your physical world, and kind of breaking free of those negative mindsets that you may have, and those negative patterns that you may have as far as mentally. For people this full moon, so a lot of this full moon is about, you know, getting rid of the old to bring in the new, and really bringing awareness to things. With this Virgo energy, Virgos are very aware. They pay attention to the tiniest little details. So it is, again, from this reading, it seems to be that finding that balance between, you know, getting so distracted and finding your spirituality, but not overdoing it with all the little details, but also becoming aware, which is the Virgo energy, and not becoming so distracted, which is more of a Piscean energy, and, you know, dreams and thoughts and your mind and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is I also have a postcard from Spirit that I pulled that I'm going to read for you all as well. So this message says, "Dearest you, you are a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life. We are a chatty bunch over here, always talking about how to support you in your life's journey. We communicate to you through the language of oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, and omens. In your life on Earth, however, clarity in your communication is essential to being understood. You don't speak in symbols, and if you did, you would definitely confuse things. Right now, you're facing a situation in which you're being asked to have integrity. Be clear and learn how to ask for your needs to be met. The first step is to admit out loud that you have needs, and the second is to ask out loud for them to be met, and the third is to allow the other person, organization, or even us to answer you. When you follow these steps, you can most definitely expect an answer. In your favor, affirmative, we say. Loving you so very much." So again, that's talking about like that Virgo Piscean energy, right? Pisces is a lot of spirituality, a lot of signs, a lot of symbols, a lot of abstract thinking, abstract language, oracles, dreams, signs, metaphors, etc., and balancing it with your earthly life, right? And finding that clarity in that communication and being able to be understood, which is very much a Virgo thing because it's ruled by Mercury, which is communication. So, and being able to like communicate those spiritual thoughts effectively and practically so that other people can understand them, and also being able to ask for help and when you need it, so that, you know, yeah, so that you can gain the help you need when you need it, and not. So it's kind of all about that, being able to communicate effectively and finding the balance between spiritual communication and physical communication. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please drop in the comments below what you think of this video, if you liked it, if you didn't. Let me know how your full moon went. I would love to hear about it. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys all later, and thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful full moon, guys. Bye for now.